Hello, this is Lordog. Yes, it is, and yeah, I am still here, and I'm still doing games. Don't worry. I understand the last game the last video I did gave a choice of Greedfall or what was it called? Crossroads Inn. And then the problem was that I remembered that there's something I had forgotten, and that was that Shenmue 3 was coming out. So I knew I couldn't do all three games. I knew Shenmue were going to really catch me. My attention. So, I'll quickly tell you what's going to happen is I'm going to be doing Shenmue 3 and I am going to be doing Greedfall. So, I'm going to try and do both, although Shenmue 3 will probably quickly outdo Greedfall, and Greedfall may fall behind a little, but I'll try not to let it. I'll try and stay on top of it. But I'm going to be trying to do both. I've only just got Greedfall. I haven't had time to even look into it yet or get the settings right, so I'll probably do that soon after I've done this video, and then we'll go from there. I've already started playing Shenmue 3. I tried not to, but I couldn't help. I could not help it. I couldn't. Sorry. But I will be starting a new game of Shenmue 3 that I'll be playing. Of course, there will be times, I don't know if it happens on Greedfall as well, because I haven't played it yet, but on Shenmue 3 there will be times that you need to build up the character, or do things to make money. They could be things that you find boring, so I'll probably do them off camera just to save time, for you, and don't do things that you might find boring. I personally don't find them boring. I find them amazing. I love it, but you may do. So I'll probably do them. And if it's same for Greedfall, if there's places where you need to level the character up a bit and make them stronger, I'll do that off camera. And so there'll always be a progression, hopefully, in everything I do. So, when you see the videos. So first will be Shenmue 3. Now, the reason Shenmue 3 is going to be is because Shenmue 2 is my #1 game of all time. It's the #1. It's the top of the pile. Is it. So I can't possibly not show Shenmue 3. I will give my ideas honestly about the game as I play it, but from what I've played so far, I don't care what anybody says. It's amazing. If you think about the kind of mountain that Yu Suzuki had against him to bring this game out, when really all he had were money from the backers. Because even though Sony showed Shenmue's kind of comeback on the E3 2015, which of course was great for advertising. It gave the game a lot of good advertising. It didn't. PlayStation, from what I've heard, Sony didn't give any more money. I didn't give any money after that. Basically, just showed it off and then sent Yu Suzuki on his way to make it, and didn't give anything. So it was basically just about only what the fans could put in, which of course still ran to a few million. But if you think about it, but believe it or not, Shenmue 2 back in 2001, when Shenmue 2 was made, it had a bigger budget. I believe it had a bigger budget than Shenmue 3's had. Shenmue 2 had a massive budget, and to make Shenmue 3 hasn't, and yet Yu Suzuki still managed to bring this game out. Now, it's not going to be for everyone. The Shenmue games aren't. See, because Yu Suzuki didn't cater to mainstream. It wasn't like how it is today, where everything's a throwaway game. Just make it pretty, make it easy, so people feel they're badass and really good at it, and they've got big flashy graphics to make it look good. There you go. Just because I've done that. I've played a lot of games, and most games I play are really nice, flashy looking and that, but they're easy to play. And it's just like you just play, finish, throw away, play, finish, throw away, or put away. And that's it. There's nothing about it that kind of leaves a mark on you, or really speaks to you in any way, or does anything that's going to kind of make you really remember it. And I think a special game does. I don't think a game has to be amazingly graphical. It has to have graphics, of course, but I don't think it has to be amazingly graphical, or amazing on sound, or amazing on story. I think a really truly special game has all of the elements together. It has everything that speaks to you. It's not forced to be an RPG. It's not forced to be. It could be a shooting game. For example, the early Call of Duty, I think it was Call of Duty 2. I started basically, that was really my first FPS, Call of Duty 2. And I loved it. I win a clan. I loved running around maps on that. That was always had a I've always had a soft spot for that one, and I always will. That's probably one of my favourite shooting games of all time. Even though there's been many that have come out that have got a lot better graphics and gun sounds and everything, it doesn't matter. It's about how something makes you feel. And if you think of the game that's your favourite game, you'll understand. You don't have to think of Shenmue. Just think of your favourite game and why it speaks to you. It's because of how it's something it touched in you, well, no matter what the style or the topic of the game was. Shenmue, for me, was that. Shenmue was a game that had everything I needed. It spoke to me on a graphical level, on a story level, on a sound level, on every level possible. And it left a mark that even like 18 years of gap between Shenmue 2 and Shenmue 3 could not erase. And Shenmue 2 has still stayed my favourite game of all time, beating out every style, every other one, every RPG, every action, every FPS, every RTS, whatever. It's beat them all. And that's because of something it made me feel. It kind of, I'll talk about other things and reviews I've seen of that as I go on and as I play the game. So I won't get into it now. But that's the reason Shenmue 3 is going to be done, because I need to bring it. I need it on my channel. It's not even a case of, I don't mean this to sound awful, but this isn't a case of needing to do it necessary for people. But I want it on my channel. The history of me, of Lord Ugg, is the channel I have on YouTube. And wherever YouTube stands, hopefully my channel will stand on it. And I need Shenmue 3 on there. And so I'm going to bring it. So that's coming. That's for me. If there's one thing for me that's coming for that I need to put on for me after all these years of doing YouTube, that's the one I want to put on for me. So this is important to me. As for the other game, I was thinking about it, and Crossroads Inn I got a little bit of feedback about interest in Crossroads Inn, but I just think the thing is that I think Greedfall will go along with it well. Crossroads Inn is going to be a very long game. It's a lot of building up your inn, taking it down, changing rooms, rebuilding, buying stuff in, selling stuff. It can be very repetitive and that. So, but it can be quite long. But I need a game that kind of will have a progression storyline, so I can just go through it. And I think Greedfall will, because that's basically what it is. There's a lot of action in it. I have seen reviews of it, so I do know what it's like. There's a lot of action in it, and things like that to keep it going and moving forward. It's telling a story, and you're just going through its story, and that's what I need. Because Shenmue 3 is going to be like that, but Shenmue is going to be, if Yu Suzuki's done anything like he did with 2, it will be quite a long game, even if he didn't have the budget that he had for 2. I think it's so I think Greedfall will be a better accompaniment to that, to Shenmue 3, and also both will be on PlayStation as well. So there's that to it. And that's it. I don't want to get into talking about Shenmue 3. I've got a lot of thoughts on Shenmue 3. I've got a lot of thoughts on people who reviewed Shenmue 3, and some of the things that were said and some things that weren't said. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I will say if there's things I don't like, and there will be. I can't see Shenmue 3 taking over Shenmue 2, and I will speak honestly about my feelings and how it makes me feel compared to Shenmue 2. But I will also address some reviewers out there that I hear talking about it and things they said, and we'll go from there. So anyway, they will start hopefully tomorrow, because I've got I'm going to do Shenmue 3 tomorrow night, and also I want to get the settings sorted on Greedfall and everything. Shenmue 3, yes, I've already started it, so there won't be many surprises there, but Greedfall I haven't started yet. That'll be kind of fresh reaction, but I just want to get everything sorted before we start. So anyway, thank you. I know this weren't actually gameplay, and I hope it didn't bore you too much if you did listen. And I will see you tomorrow with hopefully a Shenmue 3, and we'll start that tomorrow. And if I manage to, then maybe even a Greedfall. I might start them both off tomorrow. And then from then on, hopefully I will be able to then, and I know I've said this before, and if you watch my channel, you will roll your eyes because you don't believe me, but I will then try and keep a daily upload going of at least one of them. So you'll get at least either a Shenmue 3 or a Greedfall each day from now on, until into the future. So we'll go from there. Anyway, thanks for listening. You take really good care, and I'll see you soon. You take care. Bye for now.